what I believe it is the best restaurant, not only in Louisiana, but on the whole US. So we're about to go in and try some burgers. Let's go. We're very happy to be here with the general manager, Judice, to tell us about the story of this beautiful place. Thank you for having us.
I'm glad to be here.
Can you tell us a little about the story on how this place got started?
My father and my uncle opened it in 1947. They had both served in the armed forces, and when they got back from right after World War II, they were farmers from birth, and they decided to open a little restaurant, and so
So they had some property down Johnston Street that they had bought, and most people told them that they were crazy about building there because the place was originally 1.5 miles outside the city limits.
There wasn't much traffic as there is now.
So Al and Mark physically built the original place themselves with the help of many of their family members.
Right, the original building ended right here. It was a little square building when they first opened, and they built it themselves. That they had other jobs in the daytime, so they'd come build it at night when they were all get up for work and stuff. So they did that. They were 2 of 17 in their family, so they had a very large family. They were well known in Lafayette just because of the size of the family.
So the Judices were known all throughout Lafayette as they come from a very large family, a very well-respected family. The original owners, Mark and Al, come from a family of 17, and later on, Al will come to have 6 children, and Mark will come to have 7 children, and current general manager, Judice, is the last of both families.
Right. Roughly in 8, 9, 10 years old, we'd come out and clean up the lot, clean up the tables and everything else. And then when we were about 12, 13, we started as waiters. And
they all worked through elementary, high school, as well as their college year. So when they were about 8, 9 years old, they would work in the afternoons after they were done with school. And once they turned 12, 13, that's when they start car hopping and serving and working full time. Can you tell us a little about the place? Because I see you haven't changed much since you guys started. Can you tell us why you guys haven't expanded, even though you guys have a lot of people coming every single day?
Well, over the years, first of all, my dad and them didn't build this so that it would grow into a big place. They basically opened it because they enjoyed visiting with the community and their friends and neighbors and stuff like that.
So during the early days in the 50s, 60s, and even 70s, the Judice Inn was very much an entertainment area. A lot of times the family will come, the kids will stay in their car, and the parents will come into the restaurant. So what they did was they will feed the kids in the car, bringing their food out to the car and stuff like that. And the parents will come inside and interact and, talk with one another.
And they found a way to make a living and have a good time as well. So the growth wasn't as important to them. And as we got older, when I started running it, the family didn't want to change the original place because it had a lot of history in it and everything else. In the last year, we've expanded to open up the dining room quite a bit. We've almost doubled the seating and added a drive-through with a second kitchen in the back.
And I know some of you guys might be wondering why they don't serve fries and instead they do chips. So why don't we let Gerald answer that question for us?
In 47, there were no chain restaurants. There was no chain hamburger places. So burgers and fries weren't known like they are now. And my dad and them just chose to use chips with their burgers instead of doing the fries or anything like that. The place was a lot smaller, so they didn't have a lot of space to add extra equipment and stuff like that. And they didn't have money, so they chose to do the chips. And then they were pretty stubborn men, and so as long as as long as the chips were working, they decided, we don't need fries, we'll just do the chips with our burgers.
And by now, you guys are probably wondering what are their most sell items. So once again, Gerald, can you tell us?
Probably our cheeseburgers and double cheeseburgers.
There is only one thing left to do, guys, and that is to go and try some burgers. Let's go. So on a typical day, they will come in early in the morning and prep right around 200 to 300 pounds of meat, and also their buns and all the other supplies that they're gonna need to be ready for the day. All right, guys, and now the last thing to do is to try the burger. So now we're gonna open it. It comes with the onions on the side. So if you like it, you put them on. If not, just leave them on the side. So as you can see, it comes with lettuce, there's secret sauce, two patties, some cheese, and there's only one last thing to do. So guys, cheers. Best thing you'll ever try. So don't forget to come to Judice Inn here in Lafayette, Louisiana. I'm gonna leave you guys because I gotta enjoy this. Bye. About their special sauce. It's the best of the best. It's an actual cooked recipe that the girl's dad had from one of their aunts back in the 1940s, and the whole family loved it, so they asked her if they could use it on the burgers, and she approved. And after 75 years, I think we can all agree that we're super lucky and super grateful that we're able to taste that beautiful and that's the best sauce you ever try. Guys, I'm here with my parents, my mom and my dad, and they're gonna try the burger, so see how they like them.
Very good, very good.
Really good.
It definitely shows the amount of love and dedication that they put into the food and their amazing customer service. And one of their special ingredients will definitely be the amount of love that they put into the food. So once again, Gerald, thank you so much for making this possible for us, to you and everybody that works in the Judice Inn. And guys, if you are ever in the Lafayette area, please go and try some of the burgers. You already know it's the best thing you'll ever try. And remember, I'll be leaving all their information down in the description down below. And guys, it's been your boy Eric, and I'll see you guys in a few days for a brand new video. Peace.